Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And today I'm sort of doing a different style of video. It's more historical compared to I guess more recent. And it's not like a blind rank or a sporkle. I'm actually going to be counting down what I think are the top 10 NBA draft classes. And I decided to not do it all time. I decided to just do it since 1980 just because I don't have like that much ball knowledge prior to 1980. Like I pretty much only know just like the absolute superstars. Like I don't really know like the average, like all-star. So yeah, I just decided to basically make it more recent. And yeah, let's get started. Okay, so coming in at number 10, um, I decided to go with 2017. This draft class has people like Jason Tatum, you got Donovan Mitchell, Bam Adebayo, De'Aaron Fox, Jared Allen, and then Lauri Markkanen are like the best players of the draft. I mean, it's like pretty solid. Jason Tatum is obviously the star player of the draft, and Donovan Mitchell is like very clearly like a top 20 player in the NBA right now. And then De'Aaron Fox and Bam Adebayo. Pretty sure they're both like multiple time All Stars, so very solid players. And then Markkanen and Jared Allen have also made the All Star game. Um, so yeah, pretty solid, but you'll see some of these future draft classes are gonna get a lot better than this. Okay, so at number 9, I decided to go with 1987. So this has David Robinson, Scottie Pippen, Reggie Miller, Horace Grant, Kevin Johnson, and Mark Jackson are the best players. Um, I mean, yeah, this is very solid. David Robinson, Reggie Miller, and Scottie Pippen. I would all say that they were top 10 players from the 90s. Um, and then, Mark Jackson, Horace Grant, Kevin Johnson, they were never the best player on their team, but they were all very important. Um, to their teams, they all made at least an all-star game, and yeah, this is a very solid draft. But like I said, there will be ones that get a lot better than this. Okay, so coming at number 8, I decided to go with 1998. This has Dirk, Paul Pierce, Vince Carter, Rashard Lewis, Antoine Jameson, and Mike Bibby are the best players. Um, Again, extremely solid. It's getting us, in my opinion, it's a step up from like uh, the 1987 and the 2017 drafts. Mike Bibby was never an all-star. I still really wanted to include him because he was probably one of the greatest players never to make an all-star game. Very important to that Sacramento team that had like Chris Webber and all those guys. And then Dirk, he won the MVP. He's obviously great. And then Vince Carter and Paul Pierce were both just like superstars in their prime. And Rashard Lewis and Antoine Jameson were both very solid, in my opinion, very underrated players. So yeah, you can kind of see how the levels going up in these drafts. Another very solid draft. And yeah, all right, so at number 7, I have probably one of the deepest and probably most underrated drafts of all time. At 2011, this draft has so many guys. It has Kawhi Leonard, Kyrie Irving, Jimmy Butler, Klay Thompson, Isaiah Thomas. Don't forget about his prime, Kemba Walker, and then Nikola Vucevic. I mean, yeah, all these guys were phenomenal players. I feel like Vucevic is kind of like a step down from everyone here, but he was still like a two-time All-Star or something. And then, Kawhi was, like one of the best players of his generation. Jimmy Butler and Kyrie Irving, amazing players. Thompson, obviously, amazing shooter. And then I don't care what people say about Kemba Walker, um, but he literally was the greatest uh player for a franchise. He was a franchise GOAT. I don't care if it's like the Hornets. I still think that is like pretty cool. And then prime Isaiah Thomas was just absolutely insane. So yeah, this draft is good. I could have put it higher on the list. Um, but you'll see like some of these, it'll start getting really good real quick. Okay, so number 6, I have the absolutely stacked 2018 draft that consists of Shea, Luka Doncic, Jalen Brunson, Trey Young, and Jaren Jackson Jr. There were other great players that came out of this, more role players like I think Mikal Bridges came out of here. I think Josh Hart, like all those Villanova guys. But these were like the main superstars. I mean, you got two of the best players in the league. In my opinion, two out of the top 5 players in the league right now. You got Brunson, who's amazing scorer, Trey Young, amazing playmaker, and then Jaren Jackson has won DPOY. He's one of the best players on his team right now. Like I guess this season when Jaw was hurt, he kind of really carried them a lot. So yeah, I mean, I would say this is extremely stacked. I'd say it's a little bit less deep than the 2011 draft, but still just amazing. All right, so number 5, I had 2009. This had Steph, James Harden, it had Blake Griffin, DeMar DeRozan, Drew Holiday, and Jeff Teague. Obviously, you got the superstars who are Curry and Harden, and then you got Blake Griffin and DeRozan, who are both, like they were, how do you say it? Like Curry and Harden, they were like MVP caliber players, whereas Blake Griffin and DeMar DeRozan, they were like, I don't know how you describe them. They were stars, but they weren't at the same level. But they were both extremely good players. And then Jeff Teague and Drew Holiday, I feel like are just players that make an impact on a team. I mean, Jeff Teague, I would say, is like one of the most underrated players of the 2010s. I feel like he completely deserves that All-Star game that he got in 2015. I know a lot of people don't think he does. And then I mean Drew Holiday, you can see where the Bucks are now compared to when they had him. I mean, yeah, that just shows how much of an impact he had. And yeah, I mean this draft class is just stacked. All right, yeah, so in number 4, I had the 1985 draft, not to be confused with the 1984 that had like Michael Jordan, etc. That'll come up later. But this draft still had Patrick Ewing, Karl Malone, Chris Mullin, Terry Porter, Joe Dumars, Detlef Schrempf, and Charles Oakley. I mean, amazing draft. All these guys were all-stars. I'd say similar to that 1987 draft, Patrick Ewing, Karl Malone, and Chris Mullin. I mean, maybe not Chris Mullin, but Patrick Ewing and Karl Malone. I guess maybe Patrick Ewing's not a top 5 player in the 90s, but they're definitely both top 10 players in the 90s without a doubt. And I guess you could say Chris Mullin might even slide his way in there. And then you got Terry Porter, who was the point guard when it was like that Clyde Drexler era. Um, Detlef Schrempf, phenomenal player in that run the Supersonics had. To make it to the 1996 NBA Finals along with Gary Payton and Shawn Kemp. And then Joe Dumars, he was like the Robin beside Zeke, Isaiah Thomas. And then, you got Charles Oakley, who's one of the most aggressive and fierce NBA players of all time. So, yeah, I would say this draft is amazing. Um, but yeah, somehow it'll get better than this. Because next at number 3, we have the famous 2003 draft, excuse me, which consists of LeBron, Dwayne Wade, Carmelo Anthony, Chris Bosh, David West, Kyle Korver, Mo Williams, and Chris Kaman. I mean, yeah, this draft is phenomenal. I mean, LeBron James, he's definitely a top 2 greatest player ever. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna get into like a GOAT debate right now. Maybe I'll make another video about that later. But then Dwayne Wade, Carmelo Anthony, and Chris Bosh are probably I'm not like good with I don't know if they've gotten inducted into the Hall of Fame. I would think all of them have. And then you got four other very good like all-star caliber players who are never the same like superstardom as Wade, Anthony, or Chris Bosh, but were extremely good players. Um, so yeah, amazing draft. I feel like in the 2003 draft, excuse me, people only know about it's like James, Wade, Anthony, and Bosch, but people forget that there were all these other all-stars and all these other great players in that draft as well. All right, so at number two, I got maybe this is the deepest draft class actually. Maybe it's deeper than 2011. It's the 1996 draft, and this just had so many players: Kobe Bryant, Steve Nash, Allen Iverson, Ray Allen, Jermaine O'Neal, Peja Stojakovic. I think that's how you say it. Stephon Marbury, Antoine Walker, Sharif Abdur-Rahim, and then Zydrunas Ilgauskas. I mean, yeah, look how deep this is. I can hardly get pictures of all these guys on the page. I mean, or on this slide. I mean, yeah, there's just so many good players. I mean, AI, Steve Nash, and Kobe Bryant have all won MVPs. So you got three MVP winners in the same draft, which I think is insane. And then Ray Allen is hardly far behind that level. Same with Jermaine O'Neal. And then you got like these amazing players like Peja, Stephon Marbury, Antoine Walker, and then both Abdur-Rahim and Ilgauskas weren't same level as the other guys on this slide, but still amazing players. They both made the All-Star game. So yeah, I mean this draft is very good. Um Coming in at number one, in my opinion, of course, you guys probably know what's coming. This is the famous 1984 draft that had Hakeem Olajuwon, Charles Barkley, Michael Jordan, John Stockton, Alvin Robertson, and Otis Thorpe. I mean, it's mainly famous for the fact that, again, this draft had three MVP winners. Um, Akeem Olajuwon, Michael Jordan, and Charles Barkley, and potentially, again, I'm not gonna get into like who's the GOAT, but then, I'll say half the people in the world think that Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time. And then you got Akeem Olajuwon, the second best player from the '90s, in my opinion. Uh, John Stockton, phenomenal passer, just all around amazing player. And then yeah, Charles Barkley, just a super powerful player. Obviously, he won the MVP, led the Suns to the NBA Finals. And then yeah, people forget about these guys, Alvin Robertson and Otis Thorpe, but these were great players. Otis Thorpe really had an impact on that 1994 Houston Rockets team that won that championship. And then Alvin Robertson, I think he played on the Spurs and the Bucks, and yeah, he was a very underrated player. And yeah, that was my list of the top 10 drafts since 1980. Um, so yeah, that pretty much sums the video up. If you like this video and want to see more content like this, please like and subscribe. And yeah, thanks for watching.